Hey guys, my name is Loveless, and this time we're not going to do a video game. I'm gonna try something new for my channel. It's pretty much me going to read a story. Now, this one is because I have so much passion for these authors, or these creators, whatever you put them as, and they shit is so good. But I'm wanting to spread awareness for their shit, so all their stuff will be in the description, and I'll give them all the credit so then they can actually get more attraction. I just find it that they should have more like voices for them, like podfics. That's what they're called on AO3, but I don't really see anything for this one, so I'm going to do it myself instead. I'm not very good at reading, but it's whatever. So we gonna see how this goes. Izuku Midori was used to pain. Wow, that sounds so emo. But he really was. It seems that all the universe wanted to prove for him. Stupid, quirkless Deku. Kachan laughed, and Izuku fought the urge to roll his eyes. At least come up with some new insults, you uncreative gremlin. Look, he's shaking in those stupid shoes. No, he wasn't. It's called not eating enough and being practically malnutritioned. Just stay still, Deku. This shouldn't take long. Kachan laughed as the other two boys suddenly knocked him to the ground and pinned him down. Izuku's so tired, he couldn't even pretend to be scared. Explosions crackled from the ash blonde's hands as he laughed. Can't even fucking fight back. What a Deku. Jeez, we get it. Deku this, Deku that. Spice up the insults, pretty please. Izuku felt the heat shimmer from his cheek as Kachan laughed, burning his skin on the touch. Of course, Izuku couldn't help but scream and cry as it escaped his mouth. He was being burned, for fuck's sake. But that only made the boys laugh harder. Cry, baby, one of them cackled, and Izuku just closed his eyes, hoping Kachan would just leave. Look at him. What a waste of air. There's no room on this planet for people like you. You're so useless. What's the point in staying alive? Just do us one last favor. Jump. Kachan didn't leave, but not before throwing more insults and explosions to back them up. Deku, let me give you some advice. He sneered while he crouched down, looming over Izuku's small form. In this world, there are the strong and the weak. The strong become great like All Might, like me. But you're weak. Nothing. No one will miss a fucking Deku like you. You can't do shit right. You're too much of a coward to even kill yourself. Fucking quirkless shit. Stop trying to be a hero. Stop trying to be a hero. Be fucking realistic. This all began when Izuku was 4, sitting in a brightly lit office, the doctor rambling on about some stupid bone in his foot. It all hit at once. Izuku would never have a quirk, and he would never be as strong as All Might, or even Kachan. But he could still become a hero, right? Anyone can become a hero as long as they want to save people. To help keep society safe, it's really not that complicated. I'm sorry, Izuku. Quirkless? You don't have a quirk? That's weird. Deku, we can't play heroes. You don't even have a quirk, stupid. Stop dreaming and look at the facts. You'll never be anything of a hero without a quirk. Mom might not believe that he can become a hero, but Izuku still believed in himself. And that's all that matters. Dad got really angry about a quirkless son, but that was in the past, and he's gone now. Sometimes Izuku knew it upset his mom too. He was the reason their family was broken after all. Mom would never admit anything, but Izuku knew that he was a nuisance in her life. Why wouldn't he be? As Kachan put it, he was nothing but a stupid, quirkless Deku. And at least Izuku could maybe add a hero to the list as well. Even 9 years later, it was all the same, and he was just as weak with all the quirkless comments, suicide baiting jokes, physical and mental abuse. Izuku had grown up tired. Simple tasks of just waking up in the morning was difficult. When he was able to sleep, at least he had Mom. She loved him. The walk home felt longer than it should have. Izuku dragged his large red shoes against the pavement, his lips moving as if it was muttering was verbal. yet no sound came out. Sirens blared, and Izuku was quickly startled from his thoughts, eyes frantically looking around to locate the source of the noise. What, is it a villain attack? Maybe heroes would be here. He followed the noise at a fast pace, notebook and pencil ready in hand, until he realized he recognized the street that he was running down. It was his street. Izuku's run slowed until everything felt numb. The noise drowned around him. The apartment, his home. It was nothing but rubble and dust. All Might! A woman sobbed as the hero handed her a child. Thank you, thank you. Izuku dropped his notebook and looked around, too frantic to notice his favorite hero standing right in front of him. Find Mom. Find Green. Find Mom. Find Green. He waved through all the people All Might had saved. That was meant that his mom was okay. All Might save people. The more he searched, the more the pit in his stomach began to settle. He pulled out his phone and punched in his mother's number with shaky hands. Maybe she went shopping. Maybe it was even a late shift at work. The phone rang and rang and rang a little more until it went to voicemail. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Izuku called out. He called countless times until a rescue hero called for help ahead as the stone cleared. A familiar ringtone echoed through Izuku's ears, much louder than it should have been, because there lay Inko Midoriya, his mom, crushed and bloodied and bruised and dead, her phone clutched against her chest. It wasn't a direct villain attack, but the apartment itself got caught up in the middle of the battle. The villain had some sort of concrete control and decided to use the closest item to weaponize itself. The outer structure of the apartment buildings, it didn't collapse right away, but it was too unstable for families in the upper floors to escape on their own. Luckily, heroes had already been on the scene, especially All Might, and they were able to evacuate nearly everyone. Nearly. There were several injuries, and only 13 ended up in the hospital but would recover. There was one single death. Just one. A woman in the upper floor that had gotten caught up in a beam from her ceiling when it fell. Pinning her down was far too heavy to move. It presumed she was using her quirk to bring her cell phone in hand, but got halfway through a phone number when the building structure gave out and she had been crushed. Just a woman, as the newspaper would later refer to her, but Izuku knew better. It was his mom, and no one had saved her. Little listener, Izuku had been staring at his shoes for God knows how long. Not even a single tear has fallen from his green eyes. Kid, the voice asked more forcefully. Long legs striding into view, black leather pants stretching from each step. The man squatted down, forcing his eyes to meet Izuku's. It was President Mike. On any other day, Izuku might have straight out passed out from excitement, but today was not one of those days. No, it was definitely fucking wasn't. What? Izuku snapped at the pro hero, not recognizing his own tone. He sounded like Kachan. You've been here for a while. Are you hurt? Do I look hurt? Izuku glared at the man, anger beginning to boil in his gut, even though he should have been feeling something else, such as sadness or loss. I'm not sure. Why don't you tell me? President Mike was clearly trying to be patient and stay calm after a long day, but Izuku was pretty sure he topped the charts of who was having a worse day, so fuck it. Why don't you go fuck off and smile for a camera, he said quietly, his hands beginning to shake. Isn't that what heroes do for the fame? President Mike didn't budge, his eyebrow furrowed as he tried to figure out how to respond. Where are your parents? Oh, President Mike, that was probably the worst thing you could have said at that moment. A plus for effort, though. My parents? Izuku asked, a blank stare. Oh, he gasped with a sarcastic tone. My mom, yeah. President Mike nodded slowly, seeming to be put off by the strange response. Yeah, dead. And Izuku booked it before the blonde hero could process what he just heard. Later on, sprawled on his couch while Hizashi flipped through the files of tonight's attack, he thought about the strange boy with green hair. The interaction had been off-putting to say the least, But something as tragic as a villain attack would always startle someone, especially a child. What? Zashi looked up as Shoto was staring at him from the kitchen. What do you mean, what? He called back. Had he said something out loud? You keep sighing. You sound like one of the brats at school trying to earn my sympathy. What'd you do? Shota stood up from the table and walked over, leaning on the back of the couch, scanning files. Only one dead. That's crazy considering how fast the building came down, the tired man mumbled. Hizashi hummed and opened the third file. His breath catched at the printed picture clipped on the paper. A woman with forest green hair and bright green eyes. The next photo, her body lifeless and crushed. Oh. Hizashi groaned very slowly. His stomach began to flip. Well, fuck me sideways. And that will be all for this chapter. It's so good. It's only gonna get better. But this is actually pretty angsty. But this is just good. So it's good stuff. So if you want to hear more on this, or if you do want to ignore my reading out loud and go straight to get the content itself, you can go to the link in the description below. And that's where you can read it. It is ongoing at the moment, but it's so good. It's worth it. Or you can just listen to me read it and not have to read it yourself. Either or, it works. Alright, bye-bye.